Now the defense challenges what this computer evidence actually proves and who was using the device.
Were you attached to the Plymouth County DA's office, or were you working somewhere else?
I was assigned to the cybercrime unit.
And the cybercrime unit works with the DA's office in Plymouth?
The cybercrime unit's its own independent statewide unit.
So, in the sense that you're independent, it's still the district attorney and his assistant DAs that would reach out to the cybercrime unit and ask for help, right?
Or it could be the troopers assigned to the state police detective unit.
Joshua McElligott. He was the lead investigator on this case, right?
I assume so.
Okay. So you were tasked to analyze the computer, the Surface Pro computer, right?
Yes, correct.
And by all accounts, that was owned by Pat Clancy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it was located in his office, right?
I don't know where it was located.
Okay. It's fair to say that when you analyzed the computer back in September, October of 2025, it was an investigatory role that you were using to locate potential evidence, right?
Correct.
And what is it you were looking for?
I was provided a search warrant with search terms, and that's as far as I knew of the case.
And what were the search terms?
I don't recall specifically, but they were spelled out in the search warrant.
So when you have search terms, you take a person's computer, and then what do? You access it through a device?
So I was provided the images. I never saw the physical computer.
So when you got the images, you were able to load them up onto your computer, I imagine?
Yes, we'll use a tool to help parse through that data. Correct.
And then as a result of that, you were able to plug in words that you could search for, right?
Yes.
For example, like suicide?
Suicide would be one.
Drugs?
I mean, I don't think that pertained in this case, but that
yeah,
you could search.
It did.
That I don't recall the specific terms in the search warrant.
Okay. So after you did your search for whatever it is that you were looking for, suicide and other, you're unable to tell us what else you look for, but in any event, you came across this entry on August 23rd, and you indicated that the time frame that you're dealing with on that computer, the Surface Pro computer, was 9:40 in the morning. Is that right?
Can you rephrase that?
Yeah. You can look at your report too. I mean, if you have documents in front of you, do you have?
I do.
All right, so you can take a look at it. You have a document that's captioned matching results. Is that right?
I do not have that in front of me, but yes.
And would that be the search that you conducted?
Is that the magnet tool report?
I don't know what it is, and I apologize. I got cataract surgery, and I can hardly see, so it's just, what is that?
This is the main page of the forensic tool.
Okay. And looking at the main page of the forensic tool, does it indicate the date is August 23rd?
That's an inbox. This also doesn't. Which? Are we talking about this highlight here?
Yeah, but what does that indicate?
That's an inbox. That's not that.
All right, so what time?
Cooper, could you keep your voice up or make sure you speak to that microphone?
So that highlight is a bail inbox.
Okay. And that would be the HTTPS. And then underneath that, it makes reference to at some point that you were able to see that Lindsay or Lynn's Facebook account was accessed. And it wasn't even the account, it was actually the homepage, right?
Correct. It navigated to the Facebook person's account.
Okay. So that would tell us that that particular Facebook account was accessed, and then that conducted the search that you just testified to at the next thing.
This does not have, this here does not have Facebook, does it?
All right, use this if you want. How about this next one? Does that have the Facebook visit?
This one does, yes, correct.
Okay. You want to take a look at it.
Well, both of us.
Yeah, both of us. Blind.
Yes, that'd be right here.
All right. Thank you. Now, just before I leave, above that, does that also indicate, like, these two top, what are these two top lines?
That would be that was a CNBC web visit, which was typed in. And then there's access to a Google Gmail account.
And whose
inbox.
Google Gmail account was that?
That I don't know.
Because those two lines and references to the Google account were not in your report, right? You started off with the Facebook search, if you will.
Yes.
So you started off with Lindsay Facebook that was signed into the homepage on Patrick Clancy's Surface Pro computer, right?
So my tool report has all of the artifacts tagged as evidence.
Okay. So when you tag the actual data from the Surface Pro and the HP laptop as well, right?
Yes, correct.
And your October report back in was it 25 or was it 22?
25.
So, but nothing changes on the computers. I mean, whatever your searches are and your records don't change over the years, right?
No, as long as it's preserved in that state, and the images of that computer will remain the same.
Okay, so, and it's fair to say that with this investigation, obviously, happening back in 2022, that the computers were hermetically sealed and stuck somewhere with an evidence locker to make sure that they're preserved, right?
Yes, that would be best practice.
Okay.
That would be correct.
So then in October of 25, the district attorney's office asked you to conduct a search of the computer, apparently. Is that right?
The trooper in the Plymouth State Police Detective Unit reached out.
And that would be McElligan, right?
No, it was not.
Okay. Do you know who it was?
Trooper Justin Paul.
Justin Paul.
Correct.
Okay. And as a result of that, you then prepared your report. And one of the things that you did is you noted that on August 23rd of 2022, at 9:40 and 08 seconds, that there was an access to the Lindsay Facebook account, right?
Oh, there was a visit to that page, correct.
Right. And then that page continued on to look for Tom Hall and Walking to Memphis or whatever and the songs, right?
Yes.
On Spotify?
Yeah, the song. Yes, after that was a Spotify.
And then the time frame of that would be that you went and went to a hyperlink that took them to methods of suicide. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, were there any searches on that computer for example, ways to kill?
No, there was not.
That's an important limitation. He says his forensic examination did not uncover a search for ways to kill.
To your knowledge, and I understand that you might be stuck with what you investigated, but are you aware that there were any searches from Lindsay Clancy or Patrick Clancy on ways to kill? You ever heard that?
In my initial report back in October, that contains all of the evidence artifacts that I had tagged as evidence and provided, I did not come across that, no.
Right. So basically what you are leaving with the jury would be that on that date of August 23rd, at approximately 9:40 in the morning, and then carrying forward with jumping from Tom Hall to the Wikipedia account to the underlined name, suicide, jumping to that page, that all occurred between 9:40 and, say, 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
Correct.
Did you know, sir, that on August 23rd, prior to your report indicating the Facebook account, that Mr. Clancy signed in, and it was Mr. Clancy's email that accessed the Facebook account for Lindsay Clancy?
I did not.
And that's the defense's other point. The browsing history shows what happened on the Surface Pro, but Pavio says he did not know that information about who had signed in.
And that was not included in your report, was it?
No, it was not.
And you know that the Clancys had 3 children, right?
I do not.
Well, you know that you were working on a case where Lindsay Clancy was the mother, and she was married to Patrick Clancy, right?
Correct.
So the cross-examination shifts the issue from what the computer recorded to whether that evidence identified who was using it.